No matter what age your child is, you want the best for their future. What do they want to do after graduation? What career path do they want to take? These questions can be overwhelming. That's why you should ask them this question. What's your E? Seminole County Public Schools E-Pathway program is designed for your student to choose their own path in life from as many options as we can offer. Whether they're looking to enlist, enroll, or be employed, we're excited to help you and your child make it happen. Want them to enroll in a college or university? We'll help you find the best school for them to continue their education. Learn about grants and programs to help your child obtain their degree at a pace and a cost that works for you both. Are they looking to go straight into employment? Discover a variety of trades and skills that will propel their future. They can learn aviation maintenance, automotive repair, culinary arts, and more to hone their talents in growing industries. Is your child interested in enlistment? We'll help them find the right path of service, whether it's military, law enforcement, fire response, or EMS. They can serve the community while learning skills that will last a lifetime. What's your E? Explore options with E-Pathways by visiting us online at the link below.
What inspired me to get into engineering was Lego. So I started as a kid, as most kids do, working with Legos and just kind of doing your own thing, building the Lego sets, and I would often take apart my Lego sets, mix them together, and build something completely new. Then in about 4th grade, I was introduced to Lego robotics, which is where you have a actual robot that you could program, and you start with this brick, and that would feed information to Lego motors, and it would all communicate as a system, and you could do a lot of really cool robotic tasks with that. And that was really the start of me looking into engineering. The engineering I'm looking to pursue at first is mechanical engineering. This is what I'm going to go to UCF for, and this is going to be the start of my career. A mechanical engineer can really do anything. They work with a lot of thermodynamics and a lot of vibrations and really just anything that moves. So a lot of fields use mechanical engineering. I want to go past that and specialize into biomedical engineering, which is more along the lines of surgical robotics and medical machinery. I want to develop surgical robots, and with that I need to know exactly how the human body functions and how it functions with robotic systems. Essentially, I'll be able to design a system where a person will be able to communicate with a motor and hopefully improve their quality of life, whether this be through a surgical robot that a doctor is controlling or whether it's a prosthetic that's motorized.
I taught Josh his freshman year. He was so good with that inventor material. He picked up on it very quickly. He was ready to jump in and help other students, which I really, really appreciated. And he has carried those characteristics with him as he has moved through the program. And now with his journey moving forward in bioengineering, I can't wait to see what he's going to make with his knee brace and the orthotics that he's trying to produce.
The current prosthetic I'm looking at developing is a load-bearing knee brace in which I'm going to take a motor or servo and attach that to the knee, which will enable a person to be able to push past what their muscles currently are able to do, whether that be because of muscle fatigue or osteoarthritis in the kneecap where they're not able to put a lot of pressure on their knee. Current knee braces really only work when walking. There's still a lot of pain when there's extra forces being applied to the knee, such as walking upstairs or standing up from sitting down, things you and I normally don't think about. But for someone that has severe arthritis in their knee, this is hugely painful.
The strongest advantages of project-based learning, that hands-on experience that allows you to manipulate that material, really solidifies in the brain exactly how those things work.
The thing I would say about this program where it exceeds the most is the more you use it, the more it'll benefit you.
I call to order the March 10th, 2026 school board meeting. London Herndon, a world language student from Oviedo High School, will provide the invocation and pledge. She will be introduced by Minnie Cardona, Director of World Languages.
Good evening, Superintendent Beeman and school board members. It is my honor to introduce tonight's student invoker, London Herndon. London is a sophomore at Oviedo High School and is currently enrolled in AP Spanish. Her journey with the Spanish language and culture began in kindergarten at Wicklow Elementary at one of our dual language schools. Since then, she has continued to pursue bilingualism and biliteracy with her dedication and enthusiasm. I am confident that by her senior year, London will probably earn her gold seal of biliteracy. But by the way, I just found out that she already has earned the seal of biliteracy. She has the silver right now, yes. She will, taking AP as soon as she passes that exam, which I know she will, then she will be able to obtain the gold seal of biliteracy. But London is an outstanding student whose commitment to global and cultural awareness shines through in her academic work and interactions with others. Tonight here, she is accompanied by her mom, Martina Herndon, and her dad, Larry Herndon, and son, her brother, Larry Herndon. Please help me and join with me in welcoming London Herndon.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much to Ms. Cardona for that gracious introduction. As she mentioned, my name is London Herndon, and I am truly proud to be a student at Oviedo High School, as well as a long-standing student in Seminole County's dual language program. My bilingual journey began years ago at Wicklow Elementary, my mother's former school, where extraordinary educators believe deeply in us and the transformative power of the dual language program. Through memorable field trips, theatrical productions, and countless classroom presentations, we were consistently encouraged, supported, and challenged. Mrs. Cardona was a constant and very consistent presence, always supporting our program, our teachers, and every student. Now, because of this strong foundation, I was able to complete Spanish 1 in 7th grade, and then Spanish 2 in 8th grade, allowing me to earn high school credits even before high school started. That early preparation is the reason now why I am able to take AP Spanish now as a sophomore, something very many of my peers often ask me about. And my answer to them is very simple. It all started here. It started with dedicated teachers, a very rigorous curriculum, and a school community determined to see me thrive, and as well as my students. Today, my amazing AP Spanish teacher, Mrs. McCracken, is determined to continue that tradition, always working tirelessly to ensure that each one of her students excels and truly succeeds. Now, the dual language program offered me far more than just vocabulary and grammar. It instilled perseverance, bolstered my confidence, and gave me the ability to build authentic connections with people from very diverse backgrounds and communities and cultural communities. Now, during my family's traditions from Barcelona, Mexico, and Cuba, I was incredibly fortunate to communicate with locals and gain a deeper understanding of their histories and traditions in their own native language. Now, to the dual language students and parents in Seminole County, I would like to share this message with you. El trabajo que están haciendo ahora realmente importa. The work you are doing right now truly matters. Puede que haya días en los que aprender un otro idioma te resulte difícil, pero un día te darás cuenta de lo que antes para un reto. Se ha convertido en las ideas nuestras valores en fortalezas. There may be days where you think that learning another language feels difficult, but one day you'll realize that what felt challenging may become one of your greatest strengths. El lenguaje que es más comunicación es conexión. Language is more than just communication. It is connection. El lenguaje es oportunidad. El lenguaje es poder. Language is opportunity. Language is power. When we learn another language, we don't just change how we think. We change how we speak, how we understand, and most importantly, cómo nos conectamos con el mundo, how we connect with the world. Dos idiomas, una voz, un futuro sin límites. Two languages, one voice, and an unlimited future. Thank you so much. Thank you. Before we say our final goodbyes, would you please join me in standing and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance with me? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much, or gracias para todos. Adiós.
Gracias. Gracias para todos, London. Let the record reflect that Member Krause, Member Davis, Member Sanchez, Vice Chair Garrick, and myself are here this evening in attendance, and along with Superintendent Beeman, Attorney Cole Palmer, and Board Clerk Jill Moramis. Ms. Moramis, do we have any acknowledgement forms? Thank you very much. Superintendent, do you have any agenda modifications?
Yes, that our addendum for good cause, which is marked, that it be approved as presented.
Thank you. The roll call for today is Member Krause, Member Davis, Member Sanchez, Vice Chair Garrick, and then myself. School board members, are there any agenda modifications? Member Krause?
No modifications, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Member Davis?
No modifications.
Thank you. Member Sanchez?
No modifications, thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Garrick?
No modifications, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. And I have none myself. Is there a motion to approve the agenda outline?
I motion that we approve the agenda outline as
Thank you.
presented.
And I'll second it.
Thank you. Member Krause, Member Davis, Member Sanchez, excuse me. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Since there are no nays, the motion passes. Superintendent, do we have any presentations or recommendations?
Yes, we will start this evening with recognizing our Veteran of the Month, Ms. Goldberg, a teacher from Lake Howell High School, who will be introduced by Principal Michael Howard.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Good evening, Superintendent Beeman, members of the board. I'm proud to present our Veteran of the Month. Captain Lauren Dakota Goldberg graduated from Orange County Public Schools and Valencia Community College before attending the University of Central Florida, where she graduated and was commissioned as a United States Air Force officer in 1986. After commissioning, Captain Goldberg attended intelligence school at Lowry Air Force Base in Colorado. She then served as chief of the Combat Intelligence Branch for the 28th Bombardment Wing at the Ellsworth Air Force Base, South Dakota, providing vital combat intelligence to the wing commander, staff, and combat crews. In 1989, Captain Goldberg became an instructor for the EC-135 Airborne Battle Staff with the 4th Airborne Command and Control Squadron. In 1991, she attended Squadron Officer School, an Air Force leadership institution, where she was selected as a distinguished graduate. Captain Goldberg's career continued in Washington, D.C., where she served at the Defense Intelligence Agency. There, she oversaw the final training of defense attachés prior to their deployments to U.S. embassies worldwide. In her final Washington assignment, she directed and coordinated the daily delivery of air intelligence to the Secretary of Defense, the Joint Chief of Staff, and the Unified and Specified Commands. In 1994, Captain Goldberg was invited to return to Squadron Officer School as an instructor and flight commander. It was during this assignment that she discovered her true passion for teaching and mentorship. When the military began downsizing in 1995, Captain Goldberg made the decision to separate from the Air Force and pursue a full-time career in education. She went on to earn her master's in education from Auburn University at Montgomery and dedicated the past 27 years to serving students and educators in Alabama, New Mexico, and Florida. Her roles have included classroom teacher, instructional coach, new teacher mentor, and district ELA coordinator. She and her partner, Dante Jericho, returned to Florida 2 years ago when Ms. Goldberg became a proud Lake Howell Silverhawk. A lifelong educator at heart, Ms. Goldberg is one of 4 daughters, each of whom also entered the field of education. Her daughter, Megan Thompson, continues the family legacy as a teacher with Seminole County Public Schools at Haggerty High School. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to present to you an exceptional officer, an accomplished leader, and a proud Silverhawk educator, Captain Lauren Dakota Goldberg.
Captain Lauren Goldberg. No, just joking. Minnie Alexander was born and raised in Mississippi before moving to Florida in 1970, where she has proudly lived in Seminole County ever since. Her lifelong passion for working with children began during her many years as a school bus driver, a role she loved and later retired from. Wanting to stay connected to the students and her community, she chose to continue serving by becoming a school crossing guard. She has been with our unit for over 4.5 years and currently serves in the Oviedo area at Walker Elementary School and Childs Middle School, where she greets students and parents each day with warmth, positivity, and strong commitment to safety. A devoted mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother, Minnie has 4 adult children, 11 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. Beyond her work, she's an active community member who regularly volunteers at local events, including Juneteenth celebrations and neighborhood cleanups. She remains closely connected to her former students and is often invited to attend her activities and sporting events, an honor she deeply appreciates. One of her most touching memories is introducing a fellow bus driver to the Lord, who later accepted Jesus Christ and began attending church. Minnie's commitment to kindness and service is reflected in small gestures she treasures, such as the thank you cards and holiday gifts from students and parents. These reminders affirm the impact she has made over the years. Along with all her accomplishments, we are incredibly proud and honored she was named School Crossing Guard of the Year for the state of Florida in 2025. She was selected among 67 counties in the state. So. The legacy she hopes to leave is simple yet powerful. She loves working with children, caring deeply for her community, and encouraging others, especially her students, to always remain kind to one another. She's also joined by her other family, and her supervisors are here all well, so thank you all. Raise your hand, Daisha, because you wrote all this. Thank you.
We'll make our family later. Your family too, right? Chosen family.
And Dr. Gard-Harold, if you want to hand him your phone.
He's still got some inches to go, huh? We'll back up if we need to. She's going to arrange it.
Yep. Remember, Garrett, can I put you on this side?
Congratulations. Thank you for being here, Chief. Thank you for being here. Oh, so deserving. We're so proud. Thank you for all you do.
Something to do with this.
Oh, maybe little, but
You know what? She does all of that.
so my apologies.
No.
It's awful. It's so awful. Be in a long cast. This is temporary cast. I just had to. So next week they took my signatures, 5 incisions out. Long cast on for 8 more weeks.
Straight out or like this?
Bent like this. This is a hard cast. Then 4 weeks tissue and physical therapy. So total of like 8 more weeks. Could have a baby in that amount of time. When I woke up, I didn't realize they were going to do that much.
Chair Dellinger, board members, the FOSA presentation tonight is regarding advancing student achievement through world languages, and we have Ms. Cardona and her team that are ready to present to us today.
Good evening, Superintendent Beeman and board members. Thank you for providing us this opportunity tonight to showcase the World Languages program in Seminole County Public Schools. I would like to introduce the folks that are with me tonight. To my left, I have Vanessa Brewster, our instructional coach, Limaris Marrero, instructional coach for dual language. We also have our teacher of the year, Rena Fletcher from Lake Mary High School, and our senior from Lake Mary High School too. We have our student,
Jefferson Hernandez Cox.
So I want to start off first by saying that March is National World Language Month, and I want to take a quick opportunity here and just congratulate all our amazing world language teachers out there for the amazing work that they do and how they inspire our students to want to learn a second language, and they are doing a great job. In tonight's presentation, we will highlight how we are advancing student achievement through world languages. And on the next slide, I want to highlight how we are advancing student achievement through these 5 areas that we work with in the World Languages program in Seminole County. The first one is connection to literacy development. In the world language classes, we do teach literacy skills to our students. We teach them phonemic awareness, vocabulary knowledge, and also sentence structures. How to write a sentence in Spanish and do the comparative analysis between English and Spanish. All these skills help our students deepen their knowledge and also help them with reading comprehension in the English language. So it really helps the students out with both languages. The second area that we have here is the ACTFL Proficiency Guidelines. ACTFL is the acronym for the American Council of Teaching World Languages. And these guidelines describes how students use language to communicate in the reading, the writing, speaking, and listening, all 4 domains of the language. All of these guidelines are embedded in our World Languages District Framework. Teachers know them, we work with them. And they're also included in our Florida Standards. In our Florida Standards, the World Languages Next Generation Sunshine State Standards, these standards are world language modes, include modes of communication that help our teachers when they're planning, also help our teachers to understand which standards they have to cover in each level of the target language. We also have embedded in our World Languages Framework the can-do statements and how to track our progress with world languages. We track our progress with students that are in level 1, our beginner students, our intermediate students that are in level 2, and also going into all the way up to AP level. And these can-do statements also include best practices, strategies to help our teachers. Then we also get into our common assessments that is advancing, again, academic achievement. I'm very happy to report that these common assessments were developed by our world language teachers. We started out with Spanish, and we have a common assessment for each language, each level, levels 1, 2, and 3. And it really helps the teachers to identify the standards that they have to cover, and for example, in Spanish 1, moving on to level 2 and 3. We have it also for French, and this year we finished finally for American Sign Language. So it's very, very exciting. So these are areas that really help us with the, to achieve academic achievement. On the next slide, you will see the 6 languages that we are currently offering in Seminole County. We are offering Spanish, French, American Sign Language, Latin, Chinese, and Japanese. The next slide here, you can see the enrollment. You have the number of courses that we offer, the course descriptions, and the total number of enrollment for each course. Right now, currently, you can see that we have over 13,000 students that we are servicing in the World Languages program. We also included our 2 elementary schools because we do offer World Languages of the PYP at the Idlewild Elementary, and also Wicklow Elementary that offers the magnet program. We have French and Spanish. And the next slide is one of our highlights too, where we're advancing student achievement. I wanted to showcase also our AP scores and really highlight our AP Spanish language and AP Lit language. You could see the percentage passing rates. AP Spanish, we had a 93.6% passing rate, and the students surpassed the Florida passing rate and also the global passing rate, which is phenomenal work on behalf of the teachers and students. We also have the AP Spanish Lit, and I have to tell you, it's a very difficult course. I remember when I taught this class, and to see that 89.7% of the students pass the exam is amazing. Again, surpassing the Florida passing rate and the global passing rate. Just amazing work from our world language teachers. And another example of advancing student achievement is our Seal of Biliteracy. The Seal of Biliteracy was established in Florida a couple of years ago, and the Seal of Biliteracy is to recognize those students that have a high performance level in all 4 domains of the language, in addition to English. So I want to bring your attention to the first flyer. I love those numbers, our infographic here. But last year, we had 579 students that obtained the Gold Seal of Biliteracy. That means that these students obtained the seal because they had the high competency in the target language and the second language, but also passed fast with a level 3 or higher. Amazing work. We also had 121 students that obtained the silver, and reported by the state, confirmed, we had 700 students that obtained the Seal of Biliteracy last year. It was a 20.9 increase from 2023-2024. Just great work on behalf of the teachers. And the second flyer, we're already getting ready for our this year's recognition, so it's out there. So you're all invited on May 7th at Winter Springs High School. We'll have our recognition night. So at this time, I'm so excited to introduce our Teacher of the Year, also an AP teacher from Lake Mary High School, Rena Fletcher.
Good evening. I am Rena Fletcher, so I'm an AP teacher at Lake Mary High School, and I'm also the sponsor of the Spanish Honor Society. So I'm very proud to speak about the transformative impact world languages have on our students' futures. Every day in my classroom, students do much more than learn vocabulary or conjugate verbs. They learn how to communicate, understand different perspectives, and connect with people from different cultures. Learning another language changes the way students think. It strengthens memory, improves problem solving, and builds confidence. But even more importantly, it helps students develop empathy and cultural understanding. Being bilingual or multilingual is a doorway to careers in healthcare, business, law, education, and many other fields. Employers recognize that people who speak another language stand out because they know how to connect with others. As world language teachers, we have the privilege of helping students build bridges between cultures and discover the power of language to connect, communicate, and belong. I see the confidence students gain when they can express themselves in Spanish, and the pride they feel when they realize that language gives them power to communicate, to relate, and to belong. World languages truly changes lives, and I'm honored to guide students on that journey every day. So here we have one of my former students. He is now in AP Literature, Jefferson Hernandez Cox.
Hello, good evening. My name is Jefferson Hernandez Cox, and I'm a senior at Lake Mary High School. Studying Spanish throughout middle school and high school has had a huge impact on both my academic journey and my personal growth. What started as another class quickly became one of the most meaningful parts of my education. Through learning Spanish from middle school to high school and now in AP Spanish Lit, I didn't just learn vocabulary and grammar. I developed discipline, persistence, and critical thinking skills that helped me succeed in all my other classes. In addition, learning another language has opened my eyes to new cultures and perspectives. It helped me better understand people and the world around me. The language program provided me with incredible leadership opportunities as well. I've had the honor of serving as president of the Spanish Honor Society and representing my school at the District World Language Festival and the Florida State Spanish Conference. These accomplishments would not have been possible without a strong, sustained language program. I'm also hoping to graduate as a Seal of Biliteracy Gold recipient. For me, Spanish has been more than a class. It has helped me shape who I am as a student and as a person. I am blessed to carry this experience with me next year while I'll attend the Florida State University and major in chemical engineering and minor in Spanish. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunities it has provided, and I truly believe that the language programs are an investment in students' future. Thank you.
Our monthly World Languages professional development is focused on supporting and strengthening our instruction across all proficiency levels to ensure academic success for all students. Teachers collaborate regularly and analyze student data to make informed instructional decisions that drive language growth and performance. All this while aligning them to our SCPS instructional priorities. Now, Limaris Marrero is going to talk about our dual language programs.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to share the impact of our dual language program. Tonight, I want to highlight 5 key points. First, our dual language program prepares students to become bilingual, biliterate, and globally competitive. In today's world, knowing more than one language isn't optional, it's essential. Second, our model is built for long-term success. Students learn core content in 2 languages, strengthening both academic achievement and language development. Third, research consistently shows that dual language is one of the most effective educational models for multilingual learners and native English speakers alike. Fourth, our students grow academically in both languages. They develop strong vocabulary, confidence, and the ability to think across languages. Finally, research shows that bilingualism strengthens the brain. Students develop stronger functional skills, including attention control, problem solving, and cognitive flexibility. The ability to navigate between 2 linguistic systems strengthens the brain capacity to manage complex tasks and adapt to new situations. Today, our district proudly serves 9 dual language schools and 2 world language elementary programs. That growth reflects both demand and results. To sustain excellence, we provide monthly professional development for our teachers. In closing, dual language is not just about learning another language. It's about opportunity, it's about academic achievement, and it's about preparing our students for the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Board members, does anyone have any questions? Member Davis, Member Krause, excuse me,
Thank you. I first of all want to thank you for the presentation, for the hard work that you're all doing. Jefferson, I have no doubt you'll earn the gold seal of biliteracy with your hard work. We thoroughly enjoyed I could have spent the whole day with the World Languages event, and we're just very grateful for these opportunities for our students. Thank you very much.
So before we go on, I got the high sign that they weren't quite finished. So I'll admit that. So please finish. Thank you.
That leads us
and
to
there's
our
no
next
rush.
slide. That leads us to our next slide, which we are celebrating National World Languages Month. And last month, our district held the World Languages Festival at Lyman High School. And our theme was opening doors to global opportunities, connecting cultures, and creating communities. Our students were able to showcase their talents and language proficiency through competitions in skits, impromptus, declamations, entertainment, and art. We want to congratulate Lake Mary High School, who won the high school title for this division. And then we have our Markham Woods Middle School, and they won for the middle school division. Our 2026 World Languages Teacher of the Year is sitting right here with us, Ms. Rena Fletcher. She won this year. And then just to go on with advancing student achievement through academics, we had a spelling bee. This year we introduced a dual language spelling bee. And we have Salvador Papalardo from Walker Elementary And he was our winner, and he was spelling academic words all in Spanish. Very impressive. And then for our multilingual spelling bee, we have Monam Zia from Layer Elementary. She just came to us 2 years ago from Pakistan. Her native language is Urdu, and she was our winner she spelled the words in English for the academic vocabulary words, just 2 years under our instruction. Here you can see our World Languages Showcase. We just wanted to show you some of the events that took place, including some of the competitions. We have the art, and then we have our Latin Legacy dancers who did some of the entertainment, as well as our dual language program.
And I do want to congratulate our Latin Legacy group from Lake Howe High School. They did an amazing performance. And you can see we had the artwork, the cafeteria, which is really with amazing artwork, all related to the theme. And I also want to take this opportunity to congratulate, because the students go to the district and then they go to state. And we had Lake Mary High School, they just arrived from state this past weekend, and they came back with 14 outstanding, which is the highest rating, sobresalientes, and impromptu declamations, and 2 superior, and one of our students from Lake Mary High won first place in the Spanish State essay. So congratulations, Rena, another one, I just love it.
Thank you.
And now we're going to conclude with a short video of the World Languages Festival.
Our 2026 District World Languages Festival. We are so excited to have you all here today. Full of wonderful events and opportunities for our students year after year after year. And I want you to know that we really appreciate that this event is a tradition in Seminole County Public Schools, and that is because we appreciate it. And it is truly extraordinary to be able to speak 2, 3, or even 4 languages. And today's event celebrates remarkable world language students at Seminole County Public Schools.
The pride, the smiles, the enjoyment, and the feeling of, I heard the word earlier, the feeling of belonging. And what this means to us today is just so awesome.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much again. Appreciate you. The festival was amazing. Really, truly was. Member Davis, anything?
Thank you for all you do. I think it's amazing how well these students do in foreign languages. I did have one question. I know your dual language program starts in elementary school. What do you do with students who transfer after like kindergarten or first grade? Are they able to join that program or not?
So the dual language program is from K to 5, 5th grade, so our students continue the way to 5th grade. When they finish 5th grade and go into the middle school, some of our students are taking the enrichment class they take in 6th grade, but just as London Herndon spoke, which she did such an amazing job, they take Spanish 1 high school already as a 7th grader, 8th grade Spanish 2, and when they get into high school, they already have 2 years of the world languages under their belt.
Do they have to start in kindergarten though?
They could come in if they just have to speak to the administration of the school. We have accepted students that have transferred from out of state or within, and they feel comfortable with the language because we want to make sure the students are successful in the program. Yes, we accept all the students. We never say no. Yeah.
Thank you.
Member Sanchez?
First of all, I can't thank you all enough, along with all of our students and teachers that are behind the scenes that aren't here with us right now, that are probably listening, for everything that they do day in and day out. I kind of follow you guys everywhere you guys go, most of us do. And we love celebrating with you all. And when we were at Lyman High School with the World Language Festival, I don't think a lot of people realize that a lot of those teachers that were there were volunteering. They weren't getting paid. They were there because their heart and soul are in the right place. And we're one of the only districts, as far as I know, that allow our students to have this opportunity to practice before they enter to the competitions and regional competitions and go to districts and states. And this is probably why we're so successful compared to everyone else. And when I'm on meetings with Florida School Board Associations throughout the state, everyone's always talking about Seminole County and what we do and our Leaders in Action and all the wonderful programs that you all do and embed into our schools. And the family atmosphere that you all have created is just superior. I don't know what else to say except that I had a blast. I had a great time dancing and watching everyone, and the spelling bee, seeing these little ones go up for the first time in front of everyone and spell. They were teeny, and they did it. And it just blew my mind away with everything that they can do and everything that we're doing here. My passion is to make sure, Spanish is the second most prominent language, and we're one of the only countries, or the only country that doesn't have dual language, multi or bilingual. And it would be really, really nice if our legislators, here, would fund that where we could become bilingual like everyone else. So thank you so much for everything you do, day in and day out, and everybody else as well. Wishing you all the best in the next competitions, too.
Vice Chair Garrick.
Jefferson, you are such a phenomenal representation of a dual language student. I echo what Member Krause said. I have no doubt you will sail through the seal of biliteracy, and I wish you every luck with organic chemistry. I think you got that too at FSU. This video really captured the spirit of the festival, which was just heartwarming. I want to give a shout out to our Sheriff's Department, who comes every year with free snow cones. So we appreciate you helping keep our kids hydrated. Of course, empanadas are great. But about all of those things, it is the extra cultural and real world immersive experiences that give our kids such a deep cognitive awareness of the language and makes them appreciate the diverse cultures and become better global citizens. So thank you. Finally, I just want to say I've seen you in action, not just at the World Languages Festival, but throughout the school day, and you have such a strong cohort. And I just want to say, Director Cardona, that is because of your leadership. I know that you make sure that our teachers are connected, whether they're a veteran teacher or someone just starting out, making sure that our students and our teachers feel like they belong and they matter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one final observation. I didn't get to stay for the whole day for the World Languages Festival, but I was there in the morning to see the dancing. And then I found out that one of the moms made all of those skirts. I could not believe that. That was just amazing, and just shows the engagement in the community too, because people care about helping their kids and being a part of it. So you could see the volunteers everywhere, and that's another wonderful thing. So thank you very much.
And Chair, I will just say 20th year for the World Languages Festival in 2026. So again, thank you, Ms. Cardona and team, for making it a tradition here in Seminole County Public Schools.
Yes.
I didn't really think about the years until one of my staff members mentioned it. She was counting. She goes, it's 20 years. But thank you so much for your support. It is my pleasure. I love what I do because of everyone, the families, our students. The bottom line is about the kids, right, our students. And when they leave with a big smile and just want to continue with the world language. So that, it makes my day just, my heart filled of love. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're good.
It's now time for public comment on agenda items. Vice Chair Garrick, would you please read the statement?
The purpose of the public participation segments of the board meeting is to allow the public to address matters within the board's jurisdiction and not to resolve individual grievances or disputes. School board meetings are limited public forums. Public comments related to education, the board agenda, and the district are welcome and encouraged, but public comment segments are not forums to engage in personal attacks against school system employees or board members. To maintain orderly conduct, the public comment segments of the meeting may not be used as open forums to discuss matters unrelated to education, to support or oppose candidates for public office, including presentation of political and/or campaign issues, announcing candidacy and/or campaigning, or to engage in commercial speech attempting to sell a service or product to the board or the public. Nor are they forums to address matters involving disciplinary actions of any kind, pending claims, complaints, or litigation to which the board, the district, or district personnel is a party. Public comment segments durations are as follows. Propositions before the board limited to 3 minutes. One group representative speaking on a proposition, maximum of 6 minutes. Speaker must remain on topic of the proposition. Non-agenda items limited to 2 minutes. Speakers shall direct their comments only to the board and may not address the audience or other speakers. No speaker may yield his or her time to any other person. Generally, substitutions of speakers will not be allowed.
First speaker is Jessica Tillman, and then following her, Raquel Molina, if you all want to come on up. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Jessica Tillman. Concerning the IXL contract, has the district done research on the impact of student learning using programs like IXL, Brain Pop, and Khan Academy? The district spends a lot of money on these programs and electronic devices. Another concern would be what is done with the data collected from these programs and devices. I've read research that says digital learning is much harder for students than traditional book paper-based learning. We can all agree we all experience too much screen time, our kids especially. Some parents have very strict screen time rules and help their students manage it well, but there are kids who are not limited. According to the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, on average, children ages 8 to 18 in the United States spend 7.5 hours a day watching or using screens, which can cause symptoms like violence, self-harm, suicide, sleep problems, reading less, mood or weight problems, and so much more. So it's important we are intentional in how our students are learning. The district has an initiative for 1 Chromebook per student, but that is also something that needs to be reviewed. Last month, a district in North Carolina reversed their decision for 1-to-1 Chromebooks and went back to paper-based learning and saw many improvements in grades, focus, behavior, reading, and writing skills. Yes, technology is here and not going anywhere. We now have AI policies and toolkits in place, so they need to know how to use technology. But if we really want to become our best outcomes for all students, we need to start ensuring the programs like IXL and Chromebooks are not only benefiting them educationally, but mentally as well. Sitting through the workshop last month, I became concerned about the introduction of a community school. I am well aware of this issue, never spoke about it because we didn't have it here. Schools struggle with staff retention, literacy, math proficiency, and basic discipline, yet they are asked to take on ever-expanding roles on mental health providing, social service coordinating, and acts of parental surrogacy. This is normalizing government overreach into family life under the guise of care. Once again, I want to state, I agree with Ms. Dellinger. Schools are not healthcare facilities or hospitals. Providing medical services without parents around is concerning. We all know mistakes happen, and when a child may not be equipped to understand when something wrong happened, especially at the elementary level. We should be providing information to parents where they can obtain these services of good off campus. I understand the intent is good. I have one last paragraph.
I'm sorry, when your time it expires, it expires.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Right, it is agenda item, so I do have 2 minutes, so if I could just finish the last paragraph.
Your time has
I'll see you
expired.
at the end of the meeting.
If you'd like to submit it in writing, we'd be happy to keep it. Raquel Molina. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Raquel Molina. Human Resources Coordinator's job is to ensure that all personnel operations, policy, and employee records adhere to federal, state, and local laws, as well as district regulations, and manages ADA regulations, investigate complaints, and handle sensitive confidential data. It is illegal under federal and state laws for HR coordinators to retaliate against employees for reporting discrimination, harassment, bullying, workplace retaliation, and a hostile work environment, etc. Retaliation is often triggered by complaints which include actions like wrongful termination, demotion, improperly lowering performance evaluation, etc. The HR coordinator must ensure consistent treatment and maintain a non-retaliatory, I did say non-retaliatory, environment to protect their employer's reputation. If SCPS Human Resources Department applied policy uniformly to all employees regardless of whether the employee files a complaint and ensure that their employees know that reporting concerns is safe and that retaliation is against company policy, employees will possibly continue working in SCPS. Unfortunately, SCPS employees are quitting because many feel underappreciated, silenced, and unsupported by admin and their leadership. Employees have lost trust in the HR department as well, because Human Resources Department generally will prioritize SCPS reputation over their employees and students. Once again, I am asking all board members and superintendent and HR department to please draft a proposal and adopt a policy related to witness statements made by teachers that are requested to make an incident statement by admin and parents. In 2023, I was told by your district equity administrator in your HR department that there is no policy in place, and he suggested filing public records requests for any relevant documentation. As many of us know that retaliation is a systemic issue in SCPS, so therefore many employees, parents, students have lost trust in SCPS, unfortunately. I respectfully ask that once a policy is implemented, it should state that the principal and the HR department coordinator is responsible for prompt recording in writing, signed, dated, and notarized, please. What is the point of having harassment, discrimination, bullying, code of conduct, ethics, and retaliation policy if none of the policies are enforced in SCPS? Thank you.
Thank you very much. There are no further comments, so board members, it's time for our comments. So let's start with Member Kraus.
Thank you so much. We have been so busy because our schools are so busy. We all attended the academic tournament, Mathletes, Allie's Hope Walk, which was a student-organized run walk at Lake Mary High School. The proceeds from this event went to support both Kids House and Allie's Hope, which I was very proud of, the student-led organization. We went to State of the County. We had our FSBA regional meeting. And also, I'm going to save some of these for you all. I'm not diving deep. The Seminole County Council PTA Reflections Awards, which it's always so sweet. These little bits come up and shake our hands, and we appreciate our Seminole County Council PTAs. And I'll save the rest for others. Thank you.
Member Davis.
Good evening. I just want to thank all of you again. With our presentation today, with our world languages, I think that you all can see that our teachers, our directors, our department staff are working very hard to help our students excel in various programs, various academics, sports, magnet programs,
all of the things that our district is able to offer our students. The goal of the district is to do more and more for our students to help them achieve their highest goals. We know that we can always improve, and we learn more and more as time goes on. We don't mind when our community and our parents and teachers and staff criticize us or the district, because as long as that criticism leads to some productive changes and helps us learn what else we can do, then it's always welcome. You have to understand that our goal is to improve and to improve and to improve. And with all of these presentations that we do to show our community and our teachers, our students and staff what is happening here in Seminole County, in the district, it is amazing to learn what is happening. It is amazing to learn the achievement of all of our students and how our teachers especially act to improve those achievements. I know that we're not perfect, but you have to understand that as a team, we can always improve and we always try to improve. Nobody wants to see our students fail, and we will always do our best to let them achieve to their highest possible abilities. I know that we have limitations in funding. With all of the changes happening, it becomes harder and harder to support these special programs that we have. It becomes harder and harder to offer all of the programs that we have when it comes to AI, it comes to aeronautics, when it comes to culinary. All of these programs need the grouping of funds to support these various programs. I just want you to pay attention to the legislation that comes before you to understand our needs as a school district and to actively vote for the things that are going to help our schools achieve the best for our students. Because I can guarantee you that everyone wants the best. And with your help and with your eye watching, we can always get better, and we intend to get better. But we need your help with the legislation as well, because funding is a very important aspect of being able to offer these special things. And just seeing what our world language programs have achieved is only one amazing thing that this district is able to do. And I can't thank our teachers and district leaders and our directors for all of their work to make this kind of thing happen. But it takes a lot of work from all of us. And I appreciate those that are paying attention and that are interested in making sure that we do our job and that you promote the best things that you can promote to help us in that area. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Davis. Member Sanchez?
So when Ms. Tillman was talking about computer time as well as cell phone devices and just technology in general, that was something I was going to be talking about as well. Good Morning America did a segment on it this morning, and they did an average of how much time our students are spending on their cell phone devices and computers, and we are seeing a cognitive drop in their learning abilities. This was a general statement from the show, and I know for a fact that that's an issue. One thing that I think that we need to work together as our families do this, as well as our teachers, in order to be supportive of our schools, is for our families to have conversations with their children about technology and the overuse of it, but also to take time to navigate around the technology of when you can turn it off, when it should be accessible. There are many keys on there to lock and secure so they're not on certain sites. And, you know, if you go to a restaurant and you see a family sitting at a dinner table, 90% of the time you see all the family members on their phones, and it's out of control. And that goes for computer time as well. So it's not great for the tracking of their eyes. We're seeing more damage to their ability for learning as well as for concentration. And even when I was shadowing in the classroom, those cell phones were out. And you know what? Honestly, as a teacher and a teacher for, you know, been in education for 38 years, it's really hard to monitor every little thing that goes on, or we would be writing, you know, referrals every second of the day and not have time to teach. So they kind of pick their battles, and I get that, but I think it takes a village and takes all of us working together to explain to them, to talk to them, to also share with them about Instagram and posting and sharing their location and all the different things that these students are doing, and to make sure that our families have location monitoring devices on their children at all times so they know what they're doing and where they're at. You know, I serve on a human trafficking board, and guys, spring break is right around the corner, and many students are going away for, you know, sometimes to go to the beach or to go to the movie theaters. Movie theater, know where they're at all times, and as a parent, you have every right to ask all the questions you want, or take their cell phones away. I just also wanted to share that we had a phenomenal turnout from the drug-free poster contest, and we presented awards with our sheriff and Captain Shaw and Chief Francis and all of our wonderful deputies and sergeants that are here today. So thank you for everything that you do too, day in and day out, to help stomp out alcohol and drugs. That was a great turnout, and it really was a great success sharing that with them. Also something new, with, you know, something that I've been asking as well, but Dr. Shangard Harold and Catherine, thank you so much for the Realtor Showcase. And this is just the first one, so we're going to be doing it again. Taking our realtors around Seminole High School, they loved it. And we shared with them so much information about the programs that we have, all the different pathways that our children can go, if it's, you know, career tech, or if it's military, or if it's academic. And they were pleasantly surprised. They're like, oh my gosh, you have your own helicopter? You have your own plane? I'm like, yes, for aviation mechanics and HVAC and plumbing. And they were just blown away with all the programs that we have. So please share with them and everyone else that we want to showcase our schools and show you all the wonderful things that are going on and all the different pathways. Also wanted to congratulate all the robotics teams, the science fair, athletic organizations, clubs. Oh my gosh, we've had so many awards. I don't even want to stop and list all of them, because there's been so many teams, athletic-wise and art-wise and music. As far as I'm concerned, STEAM. So, because I don't want to ever leave out the arts, that have been showcased, and we are just doing a phenomenal job. So congratulations to all the winners, and from that, the science fair and everything else. And I don't want to forget that legislation, of course, we didn't get very far this year. And you know, they're working on the budget. It's like, what, $1.4 billion difference right now. So it looks like we're going to be going in through a couple different sessions, special sessions. And also the foundation, Seminole County Foundation, has some scholarships out. So check out some of the local sites. I believe that's March 17th is a deadline for that. They're giving out $130,000 worth of scholarships. So please check out all the different sites of millions and millions of dollars of scholarships that are never used throughout the United States that are available. You can just Google it, and you wouldn't believe all of them out there. And on that, I will leave it to the rest of you. Thank you.
Vice Chair Garrick.
Well, as my colleagues have said, it has been a busy, busy month. Seminole County Public Schools is more than just a collection of learning centers where kids sit in a classroom. We have real-world, hands-on learning from partners including Orlando Health, Advent Health, Sanford Airport, and many more. Learning happens on the field, as you said. It happens on stages. It happens in galleries and concert halls, at the local level, at the state level, and nationally. This month, we've had a plethora of not just academic celebrations, but also loads of art celebrations. We had an elementary music festival. We've had music performance assessments and concerts by middle schoolers and high schoolers, theater performances tomorrow night and Thursday night, if any of you are available. Millennium Middle School is doing an adaptation of Alice in Wonderland, and I hear there's going to be puppets. So if you can mark your calendars, that should be a great event. And also, our visual artists had an opportunity to have their work displayed at the Lake Mary Festival of the Arts, which was just great, as well as performing arts. I wanted to share a personal experience that I witnessed that really epitomizes the value of arts education in Seminole County. Christine Krause, Member Krause, as well as Dr. Gooch and I had the great distinction of representing the district at the Reflections Contest. That is the Seminole County Council of PTA's Reflections Art Contest. And the theme this year is I Belong. So we were greeting students up on stage at Lyman High School. It was just a beautiful event. There were balloons and banners and a cookie reception, and art was displayed gallery style in the lobby. And about halfway through the presentation, I noticed that there was a father holding the camera, just waiting patiently, very quiet, very intent. And one by one, students came and they walked across the stage. They had their moment in the spotlight. And the father, he still stood there. And it was finally, I recognized what might be this family's story. A young woman, a middle school student, with trepidation, stepped onto the stage. She walked hesitantly across, and when she saw her father's eyes, that is when she gained her confidence. She shook all of her hands across the receiving line and stood there taking her due in the limelight. And then with her father guiding her across the stage, again, just with his eyes, she safely made it to his welcoming arms. When the evening ended, I made my way into the lobby, and I happened to see this family. And there was this little girl, her sister, who was hopping back and forth on one leg. She was also surrounded by her mom, her dad, and what looked like maybe an aunt. And she was holding this piece of artwork. And so I approached and I said, "Oh, may I see your art?" And I looked at it, and it was just brilliant. The theme, again, is I Belong, and what looked like was a family at a Thanksgiving table with big, bold, bright colors. And behind them, there was a gallery of animal portraits, dogs and cats. And then it looked like there was wallpaper that was these Mondrian divided colors, just exquisite. And the young student was beaming. And engaging in conversation, I realized that this student was probably part of the accessible arts division and that is what gave her an opportunity to participate in this event. You see, no matter one's ability, interests, history, or zip code, there is a place for every single student in Seminole County public schools. I Belong isn't a catchy theme for the 2026 Reflections Art Contest. It's a mission that we work toward every day, and it's what we do. It's public education.
Thank you, Vice Chair Garrick. As the other board member said, we did have a lot of events to attend, and some of us make some and some of us make the others. We kind of take turns to make sure that we're encouraging our teachers and our students. It's just really important that they know that they have our support. I just want to mention a couple because I we've already gone on long enough. But I did want to mention the history fair, and I have a personal interest in that because I was a history teacher, of course. And I got to be a judge, and as always, it just always impresses me is how brilliant the kids are. When they have a passion and they care about something, they'll go to any lengths to learn. This year, the theme was Revolution, Reaction, and Reform in American History, which certainly is appropriate in the 250th year of the founding of the United States. As I was judging, I got to judge websites and papers, individual papers. It became very clear to me that our founding fathers knew that democracy would only survive if each generation was prepared to think critically, to participate responsibly, and care deeply about the common good. Students that participate certainly exemplified these values. They were open to suggestions. They were willing to think even further beyond their projects. And so I congratulate them and their incredible teachers who just do a fabulous job. I want to mention that I did go to Highlands Elementary School. They had their visit for becoming a legacy school for the leader in me. And as always, at that school, it just amazes you when you go into the classrooms. The students walk right up and say who they are and would you like to come in and have a seat and let me tell you what we're doing here. They have really exemplified leadership in those 7 habits. They are in practice. And the school it reflects it. Every wall, everywhere, you can just see that leadership theme. Also wanted to mention the Seminole County Sheriff's Office Drug Fee Poster Contest. Those posters were incredible. We had a bunch of winners, and the winning poster you'll see on some vehicles, some sheriff's vehicles around. But the collaboration with the Sheriff's Department is one that the students really enjoy participating in, and they come up with some amazing work. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is the print shop. I can't remember, Ms. Sanchez, you were there, I think, with me, but they had an open house, and we got a chance to tour, not only to see the products, you know, you think, oh, they print papers and whatever, but they do way more than that, but also to see the equipment, the innovation, the things that they're doing there, way beyond what you might think. And it's also available to the public. So that's something else. If you have any print needs, you can always check it out. So I just wanted to congratulate them on a really successful open house and encourage folks to, they said they get their best ideas from the schools. You know, a principal calls and says, hey, can you make this or that? Or can you design this or that? And they take on every challenge. So I just think that's another example of our employees that are really going outside the box to provide opportunities for not only our employees, but for our schools too. So that's it for me. Oh, I also need to remind that we had a request for RFQ for the construction manager at risk continuing contract, and we needed a board member, and Ms. Member Krause, I think that you are going to take that on. All right, thank you very much. Superintendent, do you have a recommendation?
Yes, that the consent agenda be approved as presented.
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
I'll second.
Thank you very much. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
No opposed. The motion passes. Superintendent, do you have a recommendation regarding student discipline hearings?
Yes, I do. That the School Board of Seminole County approve the student disciplinary recommendations from January 26, 2026, February 2nd, 2027, February 17th, 2026, and Feb 23, 2026.
So moved.
Thank you. The second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you very much. Passes. Superintendent, do you have a report?
I do, and it is, for the most part, it is included and is a read only. I will ask Captain Shaw to come to the podium and provide the school safety and security quarterly report. While he is coming, I would like Captain Shaw to share with Mark Rader, who is retiring from Seminole County Sheriff's Office after 28 years of service with them. He's been a member of our safety and security team here at SCPS for a year, but we've worked with him over decades in a number of capacities, and just want to thank him for his work with us and with our students, and say well-deserved retirement, Mr. Rader. Captain Shaw.
Thank you, and I appreciate that. I'll make sure he knows. He's at the Gator game right now. Good evening, board members and the superintendent. Quarterly, the Department of Education of Safe Schools will provide a statistical report for compliance visits conducted at Seminole County Schools. As required by Florida Statute 1006.07, the school safety specialist must provide the superintendent and school board at least quarterly any noncompliance by the school district with laws or laws regarding school safety. During quarter 2, 5 schools were inspected by the Department of Education. 2 schools were re-inspected. I'm happy to report that all 5 schools had no deficiencies and nothing notable noted for the report. That's it for me, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any board members, do you have any questions? Thank you.
And Chair Dellinger, just to complete my report, I do believe that Attorney Cole Palmer has a request for an executive session.
I do. Thank you, Superintendent. Chair, Madam Chair, and board members, I would like to request a closed litigation session on April 14th, 2026 at the designated time for advice from the board regarding litigation involving Dunnigan versus the School Board of Seminole County, case number 2025 CA-002279. Also present at that litigation closed session will be our outside counsel, Brian Mose, as well as court reporter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is time for board member comments and committee updates, so we can start with Member Krause.
Thank you again. I forgot in my last comments, there's many teams that are competing for championships, but our Silverhawks, it's been
And our Lake Mary Rams.
25 years since they've made it to the Final Four. Our boys basketball team, back in the day with the Parson family, so we're cheering them on. I was able to go to that game and help present medals as they make their way next week to the Final Four. So we're sending all the good luck to all of our teams. I also forgot to mention, Dr. Gard Harold and I presented to the Winter Springs Rotary, and Rep. Smith is a member of that Rotary, and he was very impressed, took our booklet that the communications team made and said, I'm going to hold on to this. And we, of course, thanked him for his support in funding for the Health Academy at Seminole High School. So that was a nice one-on-one opportunity. I'm very grateful, Dr. Gard Harold, for making that presentation for us to present. Science Center, they're having their annual fundraiser breakfast, Inspire Science. They provide outreach with kind of like our physics bus, except they don't have a physics bus, to the community of underserved students. That breakfast is April 2nd. If you're interested, go on the website. Our Business Advisory Board met. They're working on a deep dive on the custodial services. And I also like to ask the community, we're looking for additional board members to serve on Business Advisory Board, specifically HR, engineering. If you have a business and have an interest in supporting our schools, we could really use your help. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Member Davis.
We were able to select the final architects and builders for South Seminole Middle School. They're getting a new dining area and kitchen, and refurbishing some of the older buildings over there. And that was a very interesting process. It wasn't the first time I was on a committee like that, but a lot goes into
really selecting some of our contractors. And it's done in a very fair and educational way where everything is explained. So it was another amazing process, and that is on the go now. That's all I have for this month, though. Thank you.
Thank you. Member Sanchez?
Just a couple reminders. Allie's Hope Mental Health Board that I serve on, we are having a golf tournament coming up, but anytime you are interested in helping with any of our mental wellness programs or anything like that, please feel free to go to Allie's Hope's website, or you can reach out to me or Joe Gallagher, or anybody through Allie's Hope. The more the merrier. I don't know if we're meeting before our autism walk. I can't remember, but that's coming up shortly. The zoo, I believe the spring camp is already full, but there is a waiting list. However, if you have free time and you want to take your kids outside, because I do know that the weather's going to be a little brisk again. So the 90-degree weather we have today, by midweek next week, will be gone, and it will be back in the 60s. So, take them to the zoo. There is so many educational activities there. And also, when Dr. Dellinger was talking about the print shop, they'll do baby shower invitations. They'll do brochures, menus, you name it, they do it. They do things for our employees that are outside the scope of the day routine, of the regular routine of things that are copied, or they'll even do outside, like Dr. Dellinger said, for anybody that's interested. It's a money-making business, so why not give it back to our Seminole County Public Schools? So just thought I'd give a shout out to the phenomenal program that they have going. It's still not too late to voice your concerns to legislators. So I believe Member Davis was talking about that. So please share your thoughts with them. And I also wanted to wish everyone a very happy and safe spring break, and thank all of our teachers and faculty, administrators, our SROs, crossing guards, everyone that works together. It takes a village. Families, parents, for everything that they do day in and day out to help our students succeed. Also, I know there's a dress code, and if this is something for parents, guys, we can't do it on our own. But going on some of the campuses and seeing some of the ways some of the students are dressed in high school is atrocious. And I'm just saying that because I know we can't write every single referral out, but it's getting ridiculous. So make sure your child leaves their house dressed appropriately and stays dressed appropriately, because it's part of our dress code policy for them to be dressed properly. You learn better when you're dressed properly as well. And then I just wanted to say, after going through some trauma to my arm, fist surgery, hopefully this is the last, I choose to be happy. And everybody's going through something. So be kind to others and agree to disagree, but be respectful. Let's try to help get rid of the hate that's in this world and pull together. I know Seminole County does a great job with it, but we can lead by example and show others as well. Thank you.
Vice Chair Garrick.
In the foundation meeting this month, there were a couple of quick highlights. The Tools for Schools delivery van looks like it will finally be ready to head out to schools in August, so it's being outfitted this summer. There also was program spotlight for the Heart of Florida United Way. They provided a $40,000 grant to support the work of the foundation. And then a few of us after the meeting stayed to pack goodie bags for the Golf for Education tournament, which was on Monday. It was a great start. Several of us were there to see the golfers out, so very excited about that. And then the complete minutes will be sent to Jill, and we'll make sure that they're distributed to the board. The City of Sanford meeting, I was not able to attend. Instead, I went to the League of Women Voters that evening. There was a great update about the new Goldsboro History Museum, which is moving really quickly. It's got a prefab building, and many of the exhibits are already have already been shown for several years. They're being updated and moved in, but it's my hope that it will be open and ready for school field trips moving forward. There was also a short presentation from the Sanford History Museum as well. At the Midway Coalition meeting, some exciting news. The Executive Director, Emery Green Jr., was named Community Leader of the Year during the Black History Month celebration at Millennium Middle School. That was also that same night as the League of Women Voters, so it was a very busy night. I think it was a Thursday. Also, the old Midway will be the site of the groundbreaking for the Midway Canaan City Stormwater Infrastructure Project, which is finally getting its start due to Seminole, and it was a joint partnership between Seminole County and the federal government, and that community will get the support it needs as far as infrastructure, which will be a great boon for the schools that we have that are right there in that community. Stay tuned for the news about the park. There was an update on that as well, but it will not be starting this March. It looks like that'll be 6 months to a year. The superintendent and I had the pleasure of being at the Retired Educators Luncheon this afternoon. Superintendent Beeman, you did a phenomenal job sharing all of the information with the educators, not just about all the great accolades, but they wanted to know about AI. And when I tell you, these folks are prime examples of being a lifelong learner. So we've got a couple of the folks had just recently retired, but the oldest member is 104 and a half years old. And they want to know, what is AI? What are the schools doing about AI? And superintendent answered all of their questions, and it was really enjoyable. So thank you very much for representing us so well. You mentioned earlier the first Realtor Expo that was at Seminole High School. Communications Director Sirkovich and her team are going to have a second Realtor Expo in Oviedo, April 3rd. It's very important to know the impact that our schools have on the greater community. Our public schools continue to be the key economic driver to the region for families and for businesses. We don't have the beach, we don't have Disney, we don't have Siemens. What makes Seminole County tick? What makes our neighborhoods thrive are our schools, our public schools. Data shows that strong public schools are directly linked to safer neighborhoods and strong property values, and we look forward to hearing about the upcoming expo. And if you are a realtor, if you are a business owner, if you live, work, or play in Seminole County, please reach out. We would love to share the good work, the hard data that is out there about our schools and what we're doing. Also, I believe it was just this month, Member Krause, when we were able to go to an HOA, they had some concerns about safety. They had been hearing some disinformation, some alarming things on Facebook, and so they called the school. They wanted to have a presentation, and so our safety team, Lieutenant Martin as well as Captain Shaw, went to the Altamont area with Member Krause and I, and again gave a great presentation and answered hard, direct questions. So we are interested in sharing information with the public and hearing your concerns. And last but not least, we did not mention the Central Florida Indian Community Festival, another great partner. This is a community that provides resources predominantly food, they make sure that our pantries are stocked, not just in Seminole County, but also in Osceola and Orange. And we had a great day of celebration with the Central Florida Indian Festival. And again, we were invited to several iftar celebrations. So lots of great community and exploration of different cultures. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would like to talk for a minute about the meetings that I attended and also a couple other comments. First, I would like to say that Lake Howell High School is going to the basketball finals, and so is Lake Mary High School. So we'll have two teams in Jacksonville this coming weekend, and hopefully they'll both make it to the championship. So the Central Florida Public School Boards Coalition meeting, I know some of the other board members attended at the same time. There have been two meetings, actually, since we were last here, mainly talking about wellness initiatives. What are other districts doing? You know, it's a good opportunity to hear what other districts are doing and hearing many suggestions. We've been kind of reorganized this year, and I think I enjoy participating in that. Also, the Council of Local Governments in Seminole County met last week at Lake Mary, and Dr. Mullins and Miss Little, the principal at Lake Mary Elementary, joined and to talk about the Lake Mary renovation and how it's going. And believe it or not, if you travel Lake Mary Boulevard, you know it's a very congested area, but they have collaborated so well that there really have been actually, I think it's improved collaboration with all of the things that they're doing. But Dr. Mullins was able to present also about our sales tax projects because not only is Lake Mary Elementary a part of that, of the previous gen sales tax, but we also have multiple projects throughout Seminole County that are, you know, we are the beneficiaries of our community that supports our capital projects and keeping our schools in the great shape that they're in. And sometimes it's a challenge, but the support from our community really makes it possible. I won't talk about all of them now because I wanted to go on to a couple other things. I did want to mention Bear Lake Elementary School design, which was in our agenda tonight. I'm excited to see how that's going to look. I know I've talked about it already, but they're using the prototype from Pinecrest Elementary School. And that's a school that I had the opportunity to work with the principal and our folks here when that new school was built. And it's an absolutely beautiful school. And I encourage, if you've never had a chance to see it, to go, make a visit. And it's exciting to think that the prototype will be used again at another school. And Bear Lake is just another wonderful place where it will be fantastic. Right. And I also wanted to comment about the memorandum of agreement and the vision of the community school, which let me make sure I have my notes here. The vision of the community school at Lake Mary Elementary School of the Arts, it's an incredible effort to support the mission of Seminole County Public Schools to ensure that all students acquire the knowledge, skills, and attitudes to become productive citizens and provide, as the Constitution of Florida states, a high-quality system of free public schools that allows students to obtain a high-quality education. The partnership that includes the Heart of Florida United Way, Seminole State College, True Health, and Seminole County Public Schools will provide and integrate services that benefit the needs of the students and their families at the Midway Elementary School of the Arts. It is very exciting to see the community come together with this continuum of opportunities for our students and their families that will impact not only the community, but also the ability of those students to achieve the mission of our schools. So I wanted to make that comment. And that's it for me. We do have two public comments. First, Jessica Tillman, and then Richard Thripp. If you all would come forward.
Good evening again. My name is Jessica Tillman. Community schools are a huge can of worms. On the surface, it sounds great, but if you do a little bit of research on the topic, you will find that school-based health service organizations have been known to provide sexual and reproductive services and more to minors. Not all the time and not every one of them, but it does happen, which is why I want to caution the board moving forward. Please be careful who you partner with. I am in no way saying that this is what SCPS is or will be providing, but I want you to be very aware that it can be a very slippery slope and unintended consequences. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Thripp?
Good evening, Madam Superintendent and board members, as well as members of the audience. My name is Dr. Richard Thripp, and I'm a ESE teacher at Seminole High School. And previously worked at Endeavor School, and I'm a proud member of the Seminole Education Association. But what I want to talk about tonight is actually about our paraprofessional pay and our substitute teacher pay. I work in a special classroom for developmentally disabled students, and we have a lady who is a substitute, and she has been there all year, and she only gets paid $15 an hour. And I also learned this year that if you are a substitute, the district has a waiver where they don't even participate in Social Security. So she's not getting anything into Social Security whatsoever. And for our paraprofessional that we do have two, but we have one that resigned, we have them being paid only about $16 per hour. And so one of our paraprofessional in my classroom is a single mom of an adult special needs child. And she is paying $1,800 a month for rent right by Seminole High. And she said, well, how can I afford that, you know, on a pay of only $16 per hour? Minimum wage now is $14 and going up to $15 in September. And so I just wanted the board to consider in the future to raise that pay for our paraprofessionals and for our substitutes, because it improves the work conditions for us as educators, and it also will help our students. We have a one-on-one vacancy as of the winter break in my classroom, and I was told it's not even worth advertising because there will be no takers in January or February for a one-on-one paraprofessional vacancy. The ESE paraprofessionals are the glue that holds our ESE classrooms together, and so I just think that the district has to pay them more.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent.
Any other items, board members? Yes, ma'am.
One thing that none of us spoke about, we all attended the Unity Youth Association Gala, and I'd like to congratulate Commissioner Wiggins, Mr. Henderson, and the whole committee. It was a wonderful event. Full Sail partnered with the organization and offered 2 scholarships to our students, full-on rides to Full Sail. So we're very excited about the work that they're doing, and thank you all. Even Abby, 3 days after surgery, attended, so good job. Thank you.
Thank you for remembering that. That was a wonderful event. If there are no further issues, this meeting is adjourned.